so I've already went in and applied my foundation and I bronzed up my face a bit. I also went and did my eyebrows. So now I'm just gonna go in and prime my eyelids using the Elegant Pro Concealer. This is the shade called Cool Tan. So I'm just gonna carve out my eyebrows as well as prime my eyelids. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to use my finger and just blend everything out. I'm gonna go and set that primed area using some of this powder. This is the Fit Me Maybelline powder, and I'm just gonna pack it onto that eyelid. So now that my eyes are primed, I can zoom you guys in. Okay, so now that you guys are zoomed in, you can see a closer look at what I'm gonna do with my eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing a smoky, stormy cloud eye, and I'm going to be doing it on this eye right here. So I'm going to be using the Beauty Treats palette. This is the 24 matte palette, and I'm going to start off using this gray color right there, and I'm going to use a blending brush, and I'm going to apply this directly into the crease and just above the crease as well. So I'm basically just blending the shadows from the inner corner to the outer corner on the crease and just above the crease. So just a wind wiping motion, and this will blend out the shade perfectly. Okay, so I'm also going to be adding this color to the bottom lash line. Now I'm going to be grabbing this smaller, more tapered brush. This is a blending brush, and I'm going to just jump into a black shade. You can use any matte black shade you have, guys. And I'm going to use this shade to smoke out the outer corner and just go into that socket, place the color, and then blend out. So I'm just tapping, placing, and once I place the color, then I'll start blending out. So into that socket, I'm basically just tapping the black. Adding more of this black shade into the rest of the crease just to define and blend out that crease a little bit more. I'm going to go into this clean brush and I'm going to pick up that same light gray color, and I'm just going to apply this directly over that black, and then I'm going to blend out. Next, going back into the small blending brush, I'm going to apply a darker black shadow, and I'm going to blend it into the outer V and just bring that shade right there to the middle. Now I'm just going to go and cut the crease and create those beautiful fluffy clouds. So I'll show you guys that in a second. Okay guys, so next I'm jumping into my highlight and contour circle by Kryolan, and I'm going to use this brush right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm going to be using this brush to cut the crease. Now I find this brush particularly very helpful when I do cut the crease. So you guys take your time with it. It's my first time doing this. I'm also going to be swapping my brushes to this thin brush so I can get the corners and the edges as neat as possible. Okay guys, so this is as good as it can get for this one eye. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, but now I'm just gonna blend it out and also set this eye with some powder. So I ended it in a slant, as you guys can see. This is gonna give it a very nice look for the second cloud that I'm gonna apply at the bottom. Into this Beauty Treats palette, and I'm gonna pick up this shade again, and I'm going to blend this out from the middle. So I'm gonna blend it out right here. I'm just gonna pack this shade onto the eyelid. So I'm not going very close to the top of the clouds because I wanted to have like a very light silver lining kind of vibe. So I'm just blending it out very softly with this flat brush. So I'm just basically in a tapping motion, just packing this color, and this is kind of blending it out for me. So I'm not going to add the big blending brush because it is going to mess up my eye look. Okay, so now I'm going into my nudes palette. This is by LA Girl, and I'm going to pick up this very light white shadow, and I'm going to be applying this right at the tip of those clouds. Okay, so it's coming together really nice, guys. I'm actually kind of happy with how it looks. So now I'm gonna go in and do the second cloud right at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just gonna be adding 2 bumps for the smaller cloud, and I'm gonna start right at the center of the eyelid. So it's gonna be right there. I'm gonna make a small bump and then a bigger one. I'm gonna go in and set that with powder. Okay, so I'm gonna go and do the exact same thing. I'm gonna add some gray shadow. I'm gonna start as low as possible and then work my way up. So for the edge of the bottom cloud, I'm going to be using a light shadow again, and I'm just going to pack that onto the very tip. Okay, so next I use this very thin brush and I applied some black shadow to this brush. I'm just going to define where the clouds start so the clouds really stand out. So I'm going to be applying some lightening, and I'm going to be using this white no name brand liner. So I'm just going to wing this, you guys. I'm just going to just use my discretion and kind of place it more on the outer part of my eyelid. So this is how the other one turned out. I'm not quite yet done. I still have to finish the bottom lash line and all of that. So I'm just going to move on to this eye real quick. I'm going to be using the Morphe 350F palette. First up, I'm picking up this color right here. So this is type of a shimmer shadow, and I'm going to apply this into the crease. And as you guys know, I'm going to apply this directly into, so this is going to go into the crease and just above the crease. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did to the other eye, but obviously in different colors. Okay, so I'm going to change the color. I'm going to be applying this shade right here. It's more of a lighter orange, and I'm going to be applying this into the crease and above the crease. Remember to use a light hand, guys, when you are blending out your shadows, especially if you are doing a dramatic makeup look. You don't want to apply too much of shadow and then blend too much because you are going to remove the amount of shadow that you have applied, and it is going to look a whole lot messier if you pack on too much and then you press and blend. It will not be cute. This bright yellow shade from the Beauty Treats palette, and I'm just gonna tap that off and then apply that right to the top of that orange shade. Next, I'm going to be using a darker orange. I'm going to be going into this dark orange right there, into the crease and back and forth from inner corner to outer corner. Make sure you apply this not only into the crease but above the crease, so that when you do cut your crease, you are going to see those beautiful shadows show through and show above. Because if you cut it too low, if you're going to blend the colors too low, you are going to cover up all of the beautiful shadows that you have worked so hard to blend. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of that shadow to my bottom lash line as well. Picking up a deeper pinkish color, I'm going to be using this shade right there. Such a beautiful pink, you guys. It's this stunning like cerise color. So pack and slowly tap and blend this way. So for the color to show up, I'm going to be using a flat eyeshadow brush, packing this color onto the outer corner, just for that shadow just to stand out a bit, and I'm going to be packing it throughout the crease, and then I'll slowly blend out with my blending brush. Make sure there's no harsh lines anywhere. Okay, I'm just going to clean out my brush and I'm going to go back into some orange, and I'm going to apply the orange above that pink. Also going to be putting a little bit of the yellow right at the top, just above that orange. I'm going to be adding some purple to the outer socket, so I'm going in with my Urban Decay electric palette, and I'm going to be applying this purple shade right there, and I'm going to smoke this out into the outer corner. Okay, so all I went and did is just intensify the colors once more. I went in with my purple, some orange and some yellow at the very top. Okay, so this is what the blending process looks like. Okay, so I'm just gonna pack a little bit more orange into the crease. Now I'm gonna go in and cut the crease into that cloud formation on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to be using some of this orange sparkly shade right here. It's a shimmer shade. So I'm just going to be packing this onto the cloud, and just like how I did the other cloud, I'm not going too close to the very top. I'm going to allow that part to be more lighter than the orange shades. Okay, so this is how it looks, and I'm just going to be blending a light shimmer shade. So for the light shimmer shade, I'm going to be using this one right here. It's shimmery and it's white, so I'm going to be applying that white shade to the top of the cloud. Okay, so I'm just going to draw the mini cloud, and I'm going to do the same exact thing starting from the middle. Okay guys, so all I did was just go in and intensify the look a little bit more on the outer corner, and then I added in some small stars. I'm just gonna add in some mascara and some fake eyelashes. So I applied in some black and dark gray on this outer lash line, and then a little bit of silver. So I applied in this shade here, which is a very shimmery white to the inner corner, and then on this side I went in with this shimmer shade right there on the inner corner, and then I went in with this dark orange shade for the outer corner. I applied in some lashes and I am good to go with the rest of my face. The only thing I'm going to do is highlight under my eye area, and I've already done everything else. I just need to do my under eye highlight, which I left for last minute because I know that after all of the fallout and all of those things, it is going to be a little bit crazy. Okay, for my lips, I'm going in with the LA Girl Natural Lip Liner. I'm going to apply this all over my lips. Okay, for blush, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. blush, and I'm going to apply this dark shade right here to the apples of my cheeks. For highlighter, I'm going into my Beauty Treats bronzer palette. I'm going to pick up this pink shade, and I'm going to apply that first right onto the apples of my cheeks and dragging that up and blending it into the high point of my cheekbone. Then going in and using the light shade and applying it right on top of that highlight. Also applying a little bit to the brow bone. Thank you guys so much for watching. So this is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I honestly didn't know how it was going to turn out, but I'm happy with the results. And please comment below and tell me what you guys thought of this look. If you guys want me to recreate more trends, and especially the funky cool Instagram trends that's going around, I would love to hear you guys and what you guys think of this makeup tutorial and what you guys want to see me do in my future makeup tutorials. And yeah, this is basically the look that I came up with, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.